My goodness, another week has passed, and yes, here we know I actually don't sleep here. I know it kind of looks the same every week, and probably because it is, right? Coach Dave here, Accordion Cool. And we got a little bit of a theme today. Not sure if that first tune will give you a clue. Of course, the song was Bill Bailey, or Won't You Come Home, Bill Bailey, from 1902. And I guess Bill Bailey was a jazz musician, and he had a friend who was, I believe, a jazz piano player in some club. And he was in there talking to his friend one night, and he was talking about, his wife and everything, and how, being a jazz musician kept him out late a lot of nights. And his friend wrote this song. And so Bill Bailey loved it, and of course he took it home, and his wife wasn't too wild about it, but fortunately, as they say, cooler heads prevailed, and that's how we get the song, Bill Bailey, Won't You Please Come Home? So what does that have to do with our theme? Well, today's songs, all these songs are either the name of a person or a nickname of a person in the title of the song. So, of course, Bill Bailey. Now, this second tune comes from a movie, 1965, called Dr. Zhivago. Now, the movie actually has a theme, and it's got two names. It's called Lara's Theme. Well, it's three names. Lara's Theme, Somewhere My Love, or The Theme, from Dr. Zhivago. So, of course, I don't know who Lara was. I guess she was somebody in the movie. So, now, Lara's Theme, like many other songs, was written as a waltz. And Coach Dave don't play those waltzes. And so, naturally, I'll be doing it in 4/4 time. Ironically, a few years ago, in the car, listening to the radio, and this song came on, played in 4/4 time. So, just sort of solidified my little idea of playing waltzes in 4/4. Now, like, nothing wrong with waltzes. Waltzes are fine and they're cute and all that stuff. But, you gotta get into it. You gotta get into the 4/4 time. So here's a little Lara's Theme, or a theme from Dr. Zhivago, or Somewhere My Love. Take your pick. Clara's theme, or any of the other titles. I won't go through them again. Well, this next tune was written in 1946, and it appeared in a movie in 1953. However, I had never heard of the movie, and I got a funny feeling not a lot of other people have either. But it's a pretty ballad. And sticking with our theme, is called Angel Eyes. Somebody called his, well, you know. So, little tune, Angel Eyes. Angel Eyes, Angel Eyes. Pretty tune, pretty tune. Well, this next tune I've been playing for a number of years, and it's from the Duke Ellington Band. Now, the Duke Ellington Big Band is actually my favorite big band. I think mainly because, you know, of all the songs that they wrote that have become standards. Now, in 1940, Duke hired a fellow named Billy Strayhorn. Who's Billy Strayhorn? Billy Strayhorn was a piano player. Wait a minute. You know, being a backup piano player in Duke's bands, like backing up Tom Brady, you're not going to play. Well, fortunately, Billy Strayhorn was also a songwriter, so Duke and Billy collaborated on many, many tunes, and this is one of their biggest hits from 1953. Now, every time you hear a Duke tune, they say, "Oh, well, that's the theme song from the Duke Band." Well, this one could be, but it might not be. But who knows? And sticking with our theme, a little tune called "Satin Doll." I'm going to use a piano on this and try to do Duke's intro. We'll see what happens. Satin Doll, Satin Doll. Great, great jazz standard. Well, this next tune, again keeping with our theme, it's called Little Darlin', and it's not little, it's L''I, little darlin', I don't know, just call it darlin'. Little Darlin', written in 1957 by a fellow named Neil Hefti. Who? Neil Hefti. Neil Hefti was a trumpet player with a Count Basie band, and he wrote several tunes. He wrote Little Darlin', obviously. He wrote a tune called Cute, which would have fit our mode today, but I'm not going to do that particular tune. He wrote the theme from The Odd Couple, and of course his biggest asset and song he wrote was the Batman theme. Now, you know, is there anything more important to the music industry than the Batman theme? So, Little Darlin', I can't say it right. Neil Hefti, 1957. Little Darlin'. Well, we got a little extra time today. Thought I'd do a tune again, still within our theme. It's called Dark Eyes. Dark Eyes is a Russian folk song written in 1843. And no, I wasn't there. Russian folk song. Now, why is Coach Dave playing a Russian folk song? Well, Dark Eyes has sort of become like a classical accordion song. I don't play the classical accordion songs like this, But you know, a lot of accordion players, they got to play these songs, and they get these arrangements written by, you know, some great accordion player, and they try to do. Of course, they can't do it. They just struggle with it, and it's just a simple tune that somebody has put embellishments on. Now I'm just going to play that simple tune and mess around with it. Coach Dave's arrangement, and if I played it again, it would probably be different. So, a little Dark Eyes. Dark Eyes, and like I said, if I played it again, it'd be somewhere, and it'd be different. All right, well, we're getting down towards the end of our time, and our last tune, written in 1925 by a fellow named Ben Burney, who was a big band leader way back then. And the story in the street is there was a doctor in the Georgia Assembly, and his wife was pregnant, and she was going to have a baby girl. It was about 1915, and they passed a resolution that he had to name his daughter after Georgia. So now this song determines whether or not you're a musical listener or a basketball listener, because this same song that the Harlem Globetrotters warm up with, little Sweet Georgia Brown. So here we go. Sweet Georgia Brown. Well, we're just about out of time here today, and as usual, I want to thank you all for tuning in, listening, however it is you get this show. And, you know, I'm going to say, bring those young'uns in. Who knows, maybe one of them has the name of one of the songs we played. You never know until you bring them in to listen. And, of course, way back there behind the glass, I can't see him, so if he ever makes, you know, gestures toward me because I did something dumb, I never know it because I just sit here and do my little thing. But the big guy, Austin Ricketts. Austin Ricketts been producing this show for, I don't know, 8-9 years, I guess now, because we're into our 11th season. So thanks to the big guy, Austin. Couldn't do it without him. We have on occasion done it without him, and those folks filling it for him have done a good job, but there's only one Austin, so thanks to the big guy and thanks to everybody else. So let's take it home. I suppose we can do a little, Sweet Georgia. Here we go.